Welcome back. Anil Kumble took to social media after he resigned and, put his side of the story out there for everyone to read. A Twitter note, Kumble said that the Cricket Advisory Committee featuring Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly and VVS Lakshman all wanted him to continue as the coach of the Indian cricket team. But as per the BCCI captain, Virat Kohli had reservations with his style of working. In fact, Virat Kohli had problems with him continuing as the team's head coach, though the CAC body and the BCCI did try to resolve matters between the coach and the captain of the Indian cricket team. But he felt that, it's best in the present scenario to offer his resignation, a move that actually surprised many. Here's a report.
Brought in with much fanfare, Anil Kumble's honeymoon period with the Indian team is over. Yes, it's official now. Kumble has stepped down as head coach of the Indian team. The Indian team left for their tour of West Indies without a head coach, and a few hours later, Kumble conveyed his decision to the BCCI. Captain Virat Kohli would feel that he finally had his way, making it evident that captain is superior in Indian cricket.
I'm not sure that the captain and team should pick the coach. No, I think that's not the way to go about it.
Despite Kumble's impressive report card during his one-year stint, the head coach couldn't gather the support he needed. With Kumble at the helm, India won 5 Test series, became world number 1 in Tests, won both the ODI series India played, and before he signed off, guided the team to the Champions Trophy final. But despite the on-field success, the rift between Kumble and Kohli was widening. In this captain versus coach battle, Virat had his way despite the Cricket Advisory Committee comprising Sachin, Saurav and Lakshman not in favour of removing Kumble.
Anil Kumble is a rare instance of a coach being forced to step down despite delivering results across formats. Ironically, the team and the captain with whom he brought results had stopped believing in him. With the BCCI refusing to take charge, mishandling the entire issue, the inevitable had to happen. The Indian team has flown to West Indies for their next assignment, minus a head coach. In Mumbai, Rasesh Mandani for India Today.
Okay, we're joined by all of our reporters. We have with us Rahul Rawat, we also have Akshata Nandgopal and we have Nolan Pinto. But coming to you, Rahul, first were the rumours and now comes the confirmation. I mean, the writing was pretty much on the wall, isn't it? With Anil Kumble himself saying that the breakdown had happened much before, probably before the ICC Champions Trophy, a collapse in relations that probably was irreparable, isn't it?
Absolutely, Avantika. In fact, just to jog our viewers' memory, let me take this down, what actually happened. It was during the Australia series. Anil Kumble wanted Kuldeep Yadav to play in the 3rd test, but Virat insisted he wanted an extra batsman. So that is where it all started, and after that we got reports that players were very unhappy with his style of functioning, and everything didn't happen the way it had to be. But Anil Kumble had an incredible record. He won 5 Test series as India coach in just 1 year. But right from the start, things were not going his way. Initially the CAC, which comprises Saurav Ganguly, Sachin and Lakshman, they had proposed a 3-year contract for Anil Kumble. But suddenly BCCI offered him just a 1-year contract because it had to be till the 2019 World Cup. So obviously Virat had a role in everything. So as of now, I'm in fact joined by a few fans also here. Let me go through and ask them. ये अभी आपको पता होगा कि अनिल कुंबले ने रिजाइन कर दिया है, विराट कोहली के साथ उनकी काफ़ी वो था, आपको क्या लगता है, सही किया है क्या?
नहीं, ये तो गलत है जी, क्योंकि बाहर के जो भी कोच आए 3-3, 5-5 साल का उनका एग्रीमेंट होता था। अनिल कुंबले के साथ 1 साल का एग्रीमेंट किया। क्यों ऐसा क्यों होता है? हमारे इंडिया में ही हमारा ही आदमी है, हमारे लिए खेला था, बहुत अच्छा खेला। अनिल कुंबले ने काफ़ी अच्छे विकेट लिए, काफ़ी क्रिकेट को दिया, भारत को बहुत कुछ दिया, सौरव गांगुली ने भी दिया। पर उसके लिए अगर हमारे ही प्लेयर के साथ ऐसा होगा, हमारा ही कैप्टन है, अभी उसको इतना सबक नहीं है, अच्छा धोनी कर रहा था, उसको दे दिया गया, उसको चलाया नहीं जा रहा, तो क्या है?
So Avantika, you can just by this reaction, you can very well judge the emotions with the fans also. In fact, they are also aware that in the past, coaches, foreign coaches like Greg Chappell, John Wright, Gary Kirsten, of course, everybody a huge figure in their own right. They were offered lengthy contracts, but a stalwart like Anil Kumble, an Indian who's produced result, had to leave just after 1 year in the office.
And that's what has baffled so many, Akshita, that here is a coach who has such huge credentials, such a respectable figure in Indian cricketing history, someone who has earned and commands that respect. Why has he had to arrive at a decision and tender his resignation? He has made it very clear that it is because of the reservations, from Virat Kohli about his styling, about the way he is with the other players and the captain as well, which is unfortunate, isn't it?
Absolutely, Avantika. There have been so many reports doing the rounds over the last few weeks that there was some sort of tension between the captain and the coach. But it's all come down to this ugly face-off that we've seen and Kumble having to step down. Now, I've got some cricket fans with me and they pretty much will sum up the emotions at this point. They're left completely disappointed by what's happened in the last few hours. What do you have to say about this? Do you feel that Kumble has been let down largely? Do you feel that he was forced into a corner and hence took the step?
Precisely, there have been statements which are doing rounds like Kumble was told by Virat Kohli that he's been a very tough taskmaster, but a coach is supposed to be a very, very tough taskmaster and there is nothing wrong in it. So I think Virat Kohli should come up in public and at a press conference he must address the entire nation and tell that what's gone wrong and all that. I think that should be fair because it's actually harming his reputation at the end of the day.
What do you think? Do you think that at the end of the day, the game of cricket will be affected by all of this politics of sorts that we're witnessing?
Exactly. It's very obvious that ego's at play here. It's Virat Kohli's ego that is at play, and somewhere for the benefit of the team, it's better that Kumble has to continue. If you actually see his record, there's 80% of wins that has been under Kumble's tenure. So it's better we continue with Kumble. Put all your ego and problems aside, and it's for the benefit of the team. So I would suggest Kumble should continue, and that's how it should be.
So let's also get a view from Chirag. You've been very, very angry with what's happened here. Do you feel the BCCI should have also played a more active, prominent role?
Definitely. If you see Kumble's statement yesterday, he gave his heart out. On one side, BCCI told Kumble that we want you to continue, but on the other hand, they are saying that there is some difference which has come out of Kohli's mouth. Captain doesn't want you to continue, and that's pretty bad thing. It clearly states double standards about BCCI. I really want Kumble to continue because he's the most professional and the most dedicated guy in Indian cricket team. He came out to bowl against West Indies with his fractured jaw, and he took out Brains Lara wicket. I won't see any other cricketer in the world doing this. So definitely I wanted Kumble to continue.
He's a legend. He's contributed so much to, India, to cricket, to the cricketing, entire sector as such. It's not just for India, but for the entire world. He's a legend.
Absolutely.
I've got someone here who is a big Virat Kohli fan. Dinesh, what do you have to say? Do you feel that, Virat Kohli's reputation has also been hurt by this?
Virat Kohli is known for his aggressiveness. He's openly, he'll openly talk whatever he feels. But still, there were rumors left around this. I think there is no direct talk or something in this. So maybe if he comes up and speak what is happening there, and if the problems are sorted out, maybe we'll come to know what is happening, the real rumor behind that.
Right. So Virat Kohli should speak out as a general consensus among cricket fans here, Avantika.
And Nolan, when we speak of Anil Kumble, here's a player who himself is not just a respectable person, a personality, someone who has had an illustrious career himself, someone who has also delivered. He has had a hugely successful one-year stint with the Indian cricket team, becoming the #1 team in Test cricket, and now having to face a situation that he finds himself in is rather disappointing, isn't it? What are the fans saying?
Extremely disappointing. In fact, we have all been fans of Anil Kumble since the time he used to play Tests and one-day internationals. And like you clearly stated, when he took over the team, they have been extremely successful. I have two fans over here who have very different in opinions. You believe that it's an ego clash between both of them? Both have big egos.
Yes. What I feel is Anil Kumble should have informed Virat Kohli about Kuldeep Yadav's selection. If reports are to be believed, if reports are to be believed, that is where the tussle started between both of them.
Okay.
If Kumble would have informed Kohli about Kuldeep Yadav's selection, I don't think this fight would have started.
Okay, so what do you feel should be done now? Because Kumble has decided to resign. He has actually resigned. But there are many people who believe that, he's good for the team. But the difference is too vast.
Well, you had a committee comprising of Saurav Ganguly, VVS Lakshman and Sachin Tendulkar, I guess. Those people should have called Kumble and Kohli together and had a discussion about this issue, which they didn't do that.
Okay.
And that is where they went wrong. If you have a committee, you should have done that.
All right. So he says that the committee should have actually worked on that. Another fan over here, what do you have to say about this ongoing tussle? And one can hope that it stops, subsides somewhere, but it has surely affected the team. Don't you think so?
Yeah, very much I believe on that. It has affected the team. We lost only for that difference of opinion between those two. Okay. But you see, team is above everything. India should have won that.
Right.
Defeated so nicely in the first match and second loss very miserably.
Okay.
And this is why I feel because of captain.
Okay, you believe the captain.
Captain.
So, see, these are hardcore Kumble fans over here. He's from here. Not Kumble fan, he's a fan of Team India.
Yes.
But they believe that the captain also somewhere is to be blamed in all this mess.
No, absolutely. And that's a very quick clarification coming in there that all of these fans are not necessarily Virat Kohli or Anil Kumble fans. They are fans of Indian cricket. And that's what's most important. Rasesh Mandani joins us. Rasesh, why is it that things got so out of hand? I mean, why is it that the coach and the captain couldn't resolve their differences despite the intervention of the legends belonging to the CAC? I mean, isn't it the job of the coach to push you harder when you want to give up, to show you that mirror, to tell you when things go wrong?
Why did things go so bad as they did? Simply because there was nobody who took charge. The BCCI was supposed to get into the act a lot quicker. They did not. The Cricket Advisory Committee, the board has sort of, for the past couple of years, left it to become an ornamental committee, who gets called up when there is a need to appoint a coach, and eventually board takes its own decision. In this case, remember, before the Champions Trophy, there was a month and a half of IPL, and these issues that were very well known in the BCCI circle since then. It wasn't a happy dressing room. The coach and the captain were not seeing eye to eye. That was the case through the course of Australia tour of India. Nothing was done about it. At the moment, I think the sense one gets from fans across the country, and we cannot blame the fans. The fans seems to vilify Virat Kohli because that's the message that's going across, that the captain has got the coach's scalp. But the reality is that the captain was given these powers by the BCCI. The BCCI did not rein the captain in. If indeed, Virat's a person of strong opinion. He's a tremendously talented batsman. And as a captain, if he did not sort of gel with Anil Kumble's style of coaching, he would have put that point across to BCCI, which he's got every right to. But if Virat wasn't exactly accurate, if there wasn't merit in Virat's argument, then it was surely a case of the BCCI reining him in and telling him that this is the coach we want you to continue with, and two of you have to sort your differences out. Clearly, those efforts were not taken.
Yes.
And if indeed, if there's something personal between Virat and Anil, it's something that is not, known in public as yet.
All right. For now, Akshita, Rahul, Rasesh, Nolan, thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much for getting us all of those fans' reactions. Disappointing bit of news coming in there with Anil Kumble having, sending in his resignation to the BCCI, refusing to continue as the coach of the Indian cricket team. We'll talk about that in detail.